There's a reason some people turn one paycheck into a fortune, while others turn 5 paychecks into nothing. And it's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's not even the amount of money they start with. It's a psychological trick that almost nobody teaches you. And once you see it, you'll notice it everywhere. Let me show you something strange first. 2 people, same salary, same city, same expenses on paper. One of them is quietly building wealth. The other is drowning in debt they can't explain. If you looked at their bank statements, you'd assume the wealthy one just makes better choices. But that's not what's actually happening in their brain. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain was never designed to handle money well. It was designed to survive winters, avoid predators, and chase anything that feels good right now. Which means left on autopilot, your brain will always choose the reward you can feel today over the reward you can't see for another 10 years. Psychologists call this temporal discounting. Your brain literally discounts the value of your future self. To your brain, future you is basically a stranger. And most people won't sacrifice comfort today for a stranger's benefit tomorrow. But rich people figured out a workaround. And it's not what you think. It's not budgeting. It's not hustle culture. It's something far quieter. A mental trick so simple you've probably walked past it your whole life without knowing its name. It's called identity-based decision making. Stay with me because this is where it gets interesting. Most people make money decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They see a new phone, an impulse buy, a treat yourself moment, and they ask themselves, do I want this right now? That single question is the quiet reason most people never build wealth. Because in the moment, the answer is almost always yes. But people who build long-term wealth ask a completely different question. Not, do I want this, but would the person I'm becoming want this? That one shift changes everything. Let me give you a real example. Imagine 2 people. Both offered the same choice. Spend $300 on a weekend trip or put it into an investment account. The average person makes this decision by imagining themselves this weekend. Are they going to miss out? Will their friends have more fun without them? That's a present-focused frame. But someone wired for wealth doesn't picture this weekend. They picture themselves 5 years from now, looking back. They ask, does the future version of me, the one with financial freedom, thank me for this decision or resent me for it? That single mental reframe is worth more than any budgeting app ever built. Here's why this works so well psychologically. When you think about future you as a stranger, it's easy to betray them. But when you start treating your future self as a real person you're responsible for, almost like a client or a child you're raising, like your brain stops making decisions for comfort. It starts making decisions for loyalty. And loyalty is a much stronger motivator than logic ever was. There's a well-known psychology experiment where researchers showed people digitally aged photographs of themselves, what they'd look like at 70. The people who saw their future face saved significantly more money afterward than those who didn't. Not because they suddenly understood math better, but because their future self stopped feeling abstract. It felt real, and you don't betray someone real. This is the exact trick wealthy families quietly pass down, generation after generation, without ever putting it into words. They don't teach their kids spreadsheets first. They teach them to see themselves 10, 20, 30 years ahead, vividly, specifically, before they ever hand them $1 to manage. Because once your brain sees future you as a real person, every purchase becomes a relationship decision, not just a financial one. Now here's where it gets even more interesting, because this trick doesn't just apply to money. It applies to almost every area of your life. Your health, your career, your relationships. They're all shaped by the same battle. Present you versus future you. The people who seem to have it all together aren't smarter or more disciplined. They've just built a habit of asking one dangerous question before every decision. Am I about to make my future self proud, or am I about to make them clean up my mess? That question feels small, but say it enough times and it rewires how your entire brain evaluates choices. Here's a simple way to start using this today. Before your next purchase, the coffee, the impulse order, the just this once, pause for 3 seconds. Picture yourself exactly 1 year from now, opening your bank app. Ask if that version of you is relieved or disappointed. 3 seconds. That's the entire trick. Not a course, not a spreadsheet, not a strict budget you'll abandon in 2 weeks. Just a 3-second mental delay that shifts the decision from your impulsive brain to your future-focused brain. It sounds too simple to work, but that's exactly why almost nobody uses it. We assume wealth requires something complicated, so we overlook the one thing that's actually sitting in plain sight. Think about it this way. Every dollar you spend today is a vote for who you're choosing to become. Most people vote without even realizing they're voting. The people who build real, lasting wealth are simply the ones who noticed the ballot was there all along. So here's the real question you should be asking tonight. When no one's watching, when it's just you and a decision that feels small, is the person you're becoming someone your future self will thank, or someone they'll have to forgive?